all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Welcome to another episode of Wealth is Gangster. You know, I got the lovely Miss Brown in the house again. Another week. We being consistent. We staying on the road.
Yes.
Yeah, we you know, she got me on a media tour with her. I'm trying to step up and get in her range. You know what I'm saying? So she doing me like that. And so how has your week been before we get started with the show? Tell us.
Full of highs and lows, and it don't matter because we still gonna make it roll on. It still got to do what it got to do. So I'm good. I'm good, but some really high highs, and got knocked down a little bit, but that's all right. I'm still standing. It's all good.
And still smiling, like you see. And that's what I tell them. I tell people all the time, I'm not gonna give it away with my look, what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't look like what I've been through. I don't look like what I'm going through.
Exactly. Because you can't let it defeat you. Because when you walk around with that look and that most people can sense it, now you're feeding that defeatedness to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the wins and the losses, ups and downs, that's gonna come, but you don't want to feed that part of because then it gets into your psyche because other people start, it just starts.
It's
all the way around.
It's like other people are controlling you instead of you. So you have to maintain your power. That means, okay, that's what it is until it changes. I'm not, I'm not straight tripping. And like you say, I know it's not going to stay this way. It's this way now. And then it's going to change. Or it's that way now and I'm going to change. But either way, we're going to keep rolling on. It's going to be all right. It's going to work out. Man, it's going to work out.
Let me do it like this because this phone, I got to get another phone because this other phone.
Oh, I don't have mine all together yet either. I'm still learning.
You good. You good. We just kicking it off. I'm just trying to get this shared to Facebook before we get started good.
Okay. And then I flip it from there, I think, to mine. I don't know what I be doing. I be doing something.
Oh, yeah. You're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it. You're doing it. I'm waiting on your syndicated radio show. I want to be the first guest on it whenever you get the deal. You feel me?
Okay.
I'm thinking it into existence now.
Okay. This part I know. This part I know. If it is to be, I'm gonna need some help. That's why I was listening to you and Van, and so much on point. So much.
Oh yeah, yesterday was one of the week before was kind of like Van's. Yesterday was kind of like mine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's cool. It's time. There's nothing wrong with just calling it what it is, and it's okay to draw a line in the sand with life. It's not a bad thing. A lot of us think it's bad to draw the line. Our problem is we tiptoe around everybody and everything because we already have a lack of resource, a lack of support and stuff. So we don't want to offend nobody. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, I've been doing this for 15 plus years. If I haven't got your support, but you still try to stay around me, now let's go and draw that line in the sand. Now, if you're somebody brand new or whatever, and I'm not even talking to just random people, I'm talking to people that try to play both sides of the fence in my life. I'm not just talking to anybody. You got the right to support or not support whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? That's your cause. I'm talking about the people that's closest to proximity to me that try to act like, and that's what I asked, man, can somebody love you but not support you? And that's what and that's what we was going back and forth. And unfortunately, he was talking about his breakup, what he just had, and how we get to a point where we get into a real bad situation when it's like your purpose or your heart. Which way to go, and you want both of them to go together, but sometimes they just don't align. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. But then you got to look in the mirror, and you got to ask yourself what is your story gonna be. Like Ben say, we all write our own movie, our own script. So even if I feel a certain way about a certain person or want a certain person in my life or want this or want that, if it go good or don't, I still gotta make sure I'm the narrative of my story. You know what I'm saying? I can't let you narrate my story no matter how I feel about you. And I can talk about that from experience because I went through that. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my wife was about our 21 years when my purpose was taking us apart.
Even if I feel a certain way about a certain person,
I chose my purpose. And luckily we double back and figured out a way to make them kind of coincide. But at the end of the day, I had to look in the mirror and ask myself, when I'm 70, 80 years old, do I want to be a person that had the beautifulest relationship ever? Of course I do. But as far as legacy, ain't nobody gonna remember who I was married to in 100 years unless we do something powerful together. But, you know what I'm saying? Unless we do something powerful together, that like Coretta Scott King and Mark, because they did something powerful together. Like Malcolm, it's certain couples that you do know because they did something powerful together, or that one or the other was doing something powerful and you seen that right hand right by them. Those type of couples get remembered, but just the normal couple that just like love each other and don't do nothing for society, don't nobody remember you after it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was my thing. Like, nah, I got 100. I got a legacy that I got to live for, and hopefully that's with you. But and it's tough. It's tough. It is.
Yeah.
That's kind of stuff. So, what did you think about that conversation? Just what's your I seen your looks on your face.
Well, no, I think it was two things. So sometimes I'm holding on, waiting so I don't forget something else that you said that I wanted to comment on and not want to interrupt.
Yeah, no.
And so you're fine. I'm over here holding my fingers trying to make sure I can remember each one.
Okay.
So you said, what do you think about that? As in people who ride with you and people who don't, and whether or not you should be very upfront and truthful with the people who are not riding with you. Or like you say, well, why would you play with them?
Yeah.
What is that about? Why would I pretend like I don't know how you really feel?
Yeah.
You've already showed yourself. You're not, and let's put it like this. In that person's mind, they might really believe that they support you, but they're not supporting you at the level of your expectations.
Yeah. Or supporting you the way. That's what me and my wife used to bump heads. She felt like she was supporting me, but I'm like, you're supporting me in every way. I never asked for support. I asked for support like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was our thing. Like, don't give me the support you want. Just like if you want something, if you say you want such and such for your birthday, if I go buy something totally different, you'll be looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't ask you for this, but I got something for your birthday still. That's kind of like how I feel. Like if I ask you to do A, B, and C, and you do M, L, K, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, like, no, that ain't what I asked. I mean, I'm not ungrateful that you did that, but that ain't what I needed, So,
Yeah, but it just wasn't to the level of your expectation.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're just supporting in a way I don't understand right now. Because the type of support, if I've clearly communicated, sometimes we're not good at clearly communicating.
Yeah.
This is what support looks like. This is the type of support I need.
Yes, for sure.
And other people can see, oh, that's the type of support that provides her the most motivation. And what I'm doing is not. So if you're supporting, then you're going to kind of switch it up and say, hey, you're looking to find how to support, not support on your terms.
Yeah.
What you feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, that's definitely what I mean.
Yeah. So, but being, outside of the relationship part with just people, like,
just people.
Being able to be so open and honest with them like that, I think that's going to move us further faster.
Yeah.
And it also sets a standard for other people that you have the same power in your life to do exactly what I just did.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't fade with me on this. We might can roll together on something else, if it's family related, but when it comes to business and my mission, my purpose, and what I'm working on right here, I can tell that's not compatible for the two of us. Yeah. You really can't support me over here. It's not, you may even want to. Yeah. You may not even have delved deep enough inside of yourself to figure out why you can't, why you don't want to. What is it? That's a whole nother level of communication.
And that's why I love talking to you, because you always try to you the balance of this whole thing, because what you're saying is right. But then there's just some people that just envy you and don't want to support you and don't like that you're doing, you know, that you're doing better things, and they feel like, okay, I started with you. How are you rising to this level, and I'm still down here, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are you doing good things for the community or whatever, and I ain't did nothing? So they start finding ways, silly, weird ways to envy you and become your enemy when it ain't even like, I'm like, I don't know how I can become somebody's enemy. All I do is think about doing with kids every day. I don't go to no clubs. I don't even really deal with a bunch of adults unless it's the kids, you know what I'm saying? Or business. So in my case, it's a lot of just, and it's been like that for 10, 15 years. Like, I got family members that really just despise my success and been waiting on me to fail for years. And like I tell them, I have failed a number of times in those years, but my failure, I'm still farther than you because it's a mental thing. Like, I can lose everything today, and that don't make me lesser or me getting on camera. I'm not going to talk less, or I don't, you know, like, I'm not materialistic. I'm not into all this. You can take all this from me tomorrow, and I'll be on here talking to you about the next projects and the next things that I just started off, because that's my mental, you know, like, so that as long as I got that, you can't strip me from that, because that's what I had built up. Like, all this other stuff, I don't, you know, that come and go. I didn't lost, rebuild. I didn't had stores. I didn't had restaurants. I didn't had, you know, like, you name it, I didn't had it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to business, that come and go.
And if I don't have mine, and mine isn't on point like yours, you just everything you just said could be a reason for someone. It's not about you, it's about them. For somebody to despise you. When they're despising you, it's really them despising themselves. It's them lacking the confidence, lacking the knowledge, not being able to communicate and say, bro, I want to go with you, and allowing you to take them along with you.
Man, but see, it's crazy. This is what I was talking about. It was people that I was bringing with
me.
It was people that, and what you said, I get it. Yeah, you right on the point. But it was people that I was bringing with me, and the envy was still there. Like, I'm talking about people that was on my team that got back to me about how they whispering about me to other people.
Like, well, I'm gonna tell you what they was whispering about. We talked about expectations. There's such a thing as there is such a thing as exceeding expectations. And so you get, I remember you get your little evaluation from the job, you know, and you like, somebody put something in there less than exceeding expectations. That's fighting words, because that's not how we operate. It's not the standard by which we live. So when I was talking about expectations versus reality, sometimes it's a very positive experience, and sometimes it's not a very positive experience. So when we were set to be at the radio station, right? And you call 15, 20, 30, I don't know how many minutes early, and you already sitting up there. I'm like, oh, you don't know where it said you went. What's going? You're like, I'm sitting here. And I'm like, oh, exceeding expectations. Now, Tony, I expected you to be there on time. I expected that, right? But exceeding expectation. Now, with your exceeding expectations, I had an opportunity to go, wait, bam, he just made me look bad. No, you didn't. What you did was you exceeded my expectation, and I am even now more ready to be lockstep with let's get the work done, because this is the character that I expect from the people that I work with. Then I expect that, you know, I'm going to get out, been there, so I know the time to be there, and I'm right around the corner. So I'm going to be over there. I promise. I feed the dogs. I do that, but I'm going to be over there. I'm just not going to be over there early.
Yeah,
as early as I was. But it still was a light on me that I think what should happen is we should come up together. So now, if we have to be at another engagement at the same time, you think I'm going to get there on time? If I know Tony going to be there, and I know Tony going to get there 15, 20 minutes early, what time you think I'm going to be there? You see what I'm saying? We ought to be bringing each other up, not number one, being down on ourselves. I'm like, I'm good with it. I'll see you when I get there, because I got this going, that going. I can't find my sweater. Anyway, so expectations.
Thanks, man.
Now, you can crash into having the expectations that someone has a skill set that they have not yet obtained. Mm-hmm. And you have the expectation that they could deliver. But in reality, they couldn't. Yeah. Not that they didn't want to. my expectations or your expectations may have been a little bit off the mark. So you make an adjustment, you learn, and you grow together. You say, oh, okay. So what is that an opportunity for when expectation meets reality? It's the opportunity for us to have the conversations. What are my expectations? Do I have realistic expectations? Am I just overboard? You know, things like that. That's kind of where that came from. Expectations for I talk about, you know, my beautiful little granddaughter sometimes. My expectations, are they realistic for today? My husband would say, well, I just think you need to take a different approach, you know. And so I have the expectation of modesty. There's something I want to convey to her that is dear to me, that is my expectation. So I say, is my expectation, is it reasonable? Right? If it's reasonable, then I'm riding with it. If my expectation is not met, I have to say, well, in reality, I'm not able to impact this change I want to see right now. How I'm going to move. How am I going to move in this relationship?
Yeah.
Do I just tear down everything that I've developed in this relationship because the expectation is my expectation isn't being, or do I? And it reminds me of Dr. Claudia Brown.
Yeah.
Dr. Claudia Brown, I'm telling you, I did not meet the expectations of that beautiful young lady, queen, elder. I didn't meet her expectations, but she did not drop me. She did not kick me. She did not put me down. She suffered along with me. She let me be Rhonda K.
Yeah.
Because she knew that Rhonda K wouldn't stay that way. She knew that she had an expectation that one day I would meet it.
Yeah. She got
one day I would get to where she knew I could be, even though, you know, and that's something with, you know, relationships. And I think we might have talked about it maybe before. Okay, it's some things that you can't be in here barking. There's some things you're gonna get out. Go out there and bark. Go. He torn. He don't know if he want to be with me or out there. Okay, he chose out there. So there's things that, you know, I can really be upset about and cut somebody off and not talk to them forever. Forever. No, but you know, long time.
Hey,
you know, show with your hand. See, Tony, see where you're at? The expectations. But I know that I will advocate for people, and I'll, you know, try to ask everybody else to have mercy on somebody else. And then I have to check my mercy. I have to check my level of grace that I'm giving to people. I'm not saying that you disregard what's happening, but do you close the door forever? Or do you allow that person the room to grow while you handle yours? I'm gonna handle mine just like, you know, just like you said with the conversation you all had with my husband and myself. I had a career that kept me around people all the time. Active in the church, active in the community, and that was challenging for my husband. It could have been, I don't know. We still together. It's 34 years, but it could have been different if I was a different person. But he would have not had a happier me if I wasn't doing what it is that I love to do.
It fulfills you.
Yeah. And then there's times, you know, like I say, it's like, okay, this is going on. Well, it's not going on with me because I need to have time with my husband. I need to have time with my family. So I've had to find that balance. But just like you, there are times that I had to hold on for dear life. I'm not letting go of this. This thing right here is mine to do, and I will fulfill it. And I'm asking you to allow me to do that without having us to, you know, just fall all out and everything.
Yeah.
And so graciously he has, you know, and like I'm in his room right now. When he's in here doing his art, what I look like coming here, but you need to stop that. Come out here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to encourage him in what he does, and to the degree that he is comfortable, he supports me.
Yeah.
And so I guess I've learned, to accept in his way and in anyone's way level of support. And the haters gonna be haters.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop the work. The haters can't stop the work. Nah. We know you're there, and we actually care about you, because that's a pitiful state to be in, to expend energy in that direction instead of expending the energy in the direction of learning who you are and doing what it is you were brought to this earth to do.
Yeah.
But that's work that no one can do for someone else.
Yeah, a lot of them don't even know why I sent them. And like I say, it goes back to just the way we brought up. We're not brought up to support, push, use group economics to patronize businesses, the people that look like us. We don't know that world. We never been put into that world. So when somebody's talking about it, trying to do it, it's just so foreign. Like, I hear you over there. It sounds cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like a guy was telling me today, he was like, you just have to just once you start being, start showing receipts of like when I'm at Lowe's or something, like showing receipts. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I get what he was trying to say. Our people don't trust a black person with money. You know what I'm saying? But I know that. That's why I didn't do hey, y'all, I want this building. I need to raise tens of thousands of dollars. No, when I posted it, the building was already in my control. This is the community building. Now I just need little tools and fuse. Not no big money, just whatever you can scrape together to help me do the paint, help me do the small stuff, because the big price is already taken care of. Because I understand our people. If I'd have said, hey, I need to raise $300,000 to get this building, I'll be still waiting on that building, getting old waiting on that building. You know what I'm saying? But another culture, and we was talking about it today. We was like, the guy that came and I done had 2 black guys that was supposed to come level my building, still haven't showed up. So my Mexican partner showed up today. He's gonna get on it next week. That's another story. But what he was telling me is, he was like, because I was in there paying, he said, man, you're here doing this by yourself? I'm like, yeah. He said, bro, if somebody in my community was doing that, it'll be about 20 people in here working for free. Like, that's just what I'm talking about. Not for no pay, not for no nothing. Just because what you're trying to do, what you're opening up is benefiting our community. Our community would be in here working, painting, and doing all kinds of stuff for free. Like, he even told me, like, he gonna give me a huge discount on leveling the building just because he loved that it's for the youth and it's for this and that. And this is a Mexican,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just the culture, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, some of us, when we kind of feel like hatred or feel we don't want to support one of ours, it's not even us. It's what we just bred and born to think and feel about each other. There's not even nothing that they can pinpoint inside of them. They don't even know why they feel this kind of way. I ain't never did nothing to them. It's just something in them that makes them not want to celebrate the person that they know, person that they quote unquote close to, grew up with. There's something in them that makes them not want to support that. And it's just, it is what it is. And I'm speaking, and I'm not speaking as I never paint everybody as a broad, with a broad brush. I'm speaking for my particular family, my particular life, so I'm not speaking as far as everybody. This is just the reality of my family. I got hundreds of family members, hundreds, like literally on both sides, hundreds. Maybe 15, 20 support me. Maybe. I mean, a lot of them will say congratulations.
So expectations.
Expectations is if you don't support me, stay away from me if you're a family member.
Like, okay, so I'm gonna ask a question. Yeah. Expectations, right? So are we expecting them to volunteer? Are we expecting them to see what we're doing and just automatically jump in? How can I help? There may be some that you are expecting that from based on relationship. Others, they really, sometimes I think for me, they look at me and they say, oh, she got it. She can do it. Yeah. Because they think I'm this miracle person. And Tony, you've been so successful at everything else. You don't need me. Tony gonna make it happen. Now it's different if you said, fam, and I saw your family there when I came. So you had some family there, and it was beautiful, right?
Yeah. If I say about 20, you seen about what 3 adults. The kids, I don't count the kids. The kids ride with me. I'm talking about adults when I talk about hundreds of family members.
Oh, okay. No, but I'm saying that Saturday, the first Saturday that we did They were there. They were on point, right? Now, those are ones that you would have expected to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Now, what did anybody show up that you was like, dang, I didn't expect to see you? Did you get any of them? Any surprises?
As far as family?
Yeah. Okay, so no surprises. Now, did you extend an invitation to the family? Do we even have it? Do we have, what do they call it? Like, do we have that chain of command, that ability to communicate effectively through a large group? Like if I call my sister, then I expect my sister to tell her people. I call a son, I expect the son to, their kids are young now, but the son to connect with his people. Yeah. And if I say I need help, then I'm expecting help to come when I make the call. If I don't make the call and I'm expecting them to come, I might be faced with a true reality. They doing life and they looking, like I said, the way I'm giving out the way I'm rationalizing it is that they look at me and they say I can do it. And everybody think that, in my opinion, everybody think that I just had this crowd of people that just follow me and get the work done. I got one who is faithful to a T, ride or die. She gonna be there. She been there. She like family, but she not family. The sister, I got to call the sister, and if she can, she gonna be there, right? The kids, sometimes they'll tell me, no, I ain't doing that. That's not my expectation. I'll be trying to play my mommy card. It's the mommy card. You gotta come. Yeah. They're like, no, I ain't signing up for that. I ain't trying to dig in the dirt, but you just missing out. But anyway, the reality is that what I've been given to do is for me to do. Those that come along and labor with me, I appreciate them. Anybody that has to be coerced to come, I can't have them around me because they're going to drain my energy. And it's just going to make the work that much harder to accomplish. So I would love, I've extended invitations and people didn't show up. Yeah. I don't know what that means. I really don't. Well, I don't want to know what it means, I guess. Mm-hmm. But the ones that showed up, Tony, the ones that showed up. Yeah,
them the ones that count.
The ones that showed up, though. That's and the richness of that. I would love for everybody to be able to experience. But if you're not doing anything, then you can't call for people to come alongside you so you can see what true love is. True love joins in with what is important to you. And for me, that's important. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. With the House of Resources, I can't, like you said, how you going to say that? I can't say I support the House of Resources and not support the House of Resources in any way that I can.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not always money. People think it's always about money. It ain't about no money. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to get to the money. Like I was telling the guy today, just me and you talking about the events, me and you brainstorming, that's right there as a plus. Like it's different ways that you can add value. And I get what you're saying, like extending invitations, yes. See, the thing about it, we play like, and that's what I just posted a few minutes ago before we went live about this, the Hidden History Museum that was funded, owned, operated by Black people, us, right? Mm-hmm. Talking about our history, talking about our story. If it was some Democrats running that building like it is, most of our Black museums are ran by, like the last person, I know it's a California one, it's ran by some white LGBT guys. The other ones, they ran by Democratic people, this and that. So, but those are the ones that we prop up. Them the ones that we would share. Them the ones that we would put out there. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying about, is it properly put out there? Yes. If I was on the news for going to jail or something, I bet you everybody would see it. So I don't know. It's not an excuse that, I didn't see it. I was telling somebody about that. It's people that I know see my post, right? And they'll wait till after the event to say, oh man, why you just didn't text me? They want to personalize it. Instead of just come and support the cause, they want to feel like I personally invited them. That's too much work, bro.
He said that's too much. That's too much. That's too much for right now.
See what it is, it's a mental game that they playing, and that's why I'm calling it out. I'm not mad about nothing because, like I was telling the guy today about Will Evelyn, I don't mind being here by myself because my mission. When I came on this mission, I was by myself. You know how many nights and how many days I spent lonely by myself, thinking, plotting, strategizing, stressing, all that. So it's not that I'm looking for everybody, but I'm tired of people sharing these Black History Month things at these public schools when I don't see now African flag. I don't see nothing about Black. I'm talking about this one I seen at this Temple school. It had every flag in the world in every color on the stage but Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. I'm tired of the fakeness of representing. I'm tired of the fakeness of you support me. I'm tired of the fakeness of I love you. That's the part I'm talking about. It's not mad at nobody. My mission gonna be complete. The babies that I'm after, if don't nobody show up, I'm still gonna be after those babies. So it's not even about like it being upset or nothing, but it's just time.
But you got to deal with the reality.
It's just time to draw the line. Yeah,
it's the reality.
My reality is one of my aunts, right? She used to do Avon back in the days, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never used no Avon product in my life. But when she started selling this stuff, I asked her that I bought stuff. Why? Not because I'm going to use this stuff, because you're my aunt and you're selling something. I got to support you. You know, so if you tell me that, man, Tony been doing this, restaurant stores, clothing stores, music company, man, all kind of stuff in the last 20 years, and you ain't found one thing to support? One thing. You missed all of that stuff I've been doing for the last 20 years. Are you serious? I seriously believe
Let me tell you they feel like you have made it and you don't need them.
No, they feel like they mad that you made it, or they think you made it, and
without the conversation.
Let me give another example. I'm talking of experience. I'm not talking about. Thinking another experience. Last Saturday, the guy that I buy my boiled sausage from, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been telling him about the fake family, this and that, all my life for the last 15, 20 years, because I've been dealing with this. This ain't no new phenomenon with me. Like, I've been knowing this, what it is. You know what I'm saying? So he said, man, I used to think you was tripping. I just seen your cousin such and such. And she told me she finna drive to Bartlett to go get some sausages. And I told her, I said, your cousin got it over there. And he already told me, he said, man, you selling $12 a ring. It's supposed to be $14. And Bartlett is $14 a ring. So he said, your cousin 5 minutes away. Why would you drive 25 minutes to go get something that's higher? Plus, he doing a good deed for the kids. He said he's seen the look on her face. I know it. I mean, I don't mess with her. I know what it is. But it is when other people hear me say it, I think sometimes they think I'm just tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference between I ain't got the time, life, this and that. And then it's a different is I just despise what he do. You know what I'm saying? And these people with kids that's out of control in the penitentiary, stuff like, them some of the biggest.
So the expectations crashing into reality, baby. We are expecting things that are not yet in place.
Yeah.
That are not there, that are not gonna be happening. And it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't really matter. It does matter because of the build we're on.
Yeah.
We need that to change. We're changing the narrative, changing the way we see one another, how we work together with one another, how families support people who are, the people in the family that are the forerunners that are going out there. So I can, excitingly say, this time my sister, after she saw me on the podcast the one time, and then the next week or this next, and she was earnestly looking, where you at, Rhonda? Where, how can I see it? That doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. And I don't think it's because I can say, sometimes I haven't maybe been direct enough. I don't have sometimes not the skill set. I can't say, hey, family, I'm going to be doing this at this time, at that time. I don't have the skill set to get the information to them. This is how you can find it. So I'll shrink back. Yeah. I can't. Now I'm tell you something that it's difficult for me to, yes, you have to celebrate those that show up. And VL showed up the first time we had the acre open. That baby showed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He said, I'm listening and doing thank you cards. When I'm Possible opened up, yeah, it was rough getting there, but I got there.
Yeah.
I got there because that baby was opening his building. That's where I needed to be. I got to get through there because I know that, but the expectation is for everybody to know and to see things the way we do and not yet. And if you have family members that are in a condition that is very much different than the position that you're in now, they're dealing with what they have to deal with and looking at looking at your success and trying to figure out how to get there. And they just don't know what they don't know. The expectations crashing into reality. The reality is everybody's not there yet.
I'm talking to my fam on the Facebook page, and he's not in here. He on the
I'm trying to see VL. I can't see the chats. I can't see I just pushed the button and I can see all of this stuff.
This is why this is why I love her though, because you know how I'm just gonna call her Raw. You see, she you know, this is her magic. She's trying to find a way to make it not okay, but she's trying to, maybe their life is the reason why they hating on you. Maybe their life is the reason why they don't want. No, no matter how tough my life is, I don't. If my cousin's doing a benefit, I can support or
keyword. I. Who controls the I?
Yeah,
the person who is the I. So your family members can only do what they can do. Our community members only do what they can do. If they can't process through the hate, the jealousy, if they can't process through that, that's just where they are right now. We still have the hope that they will get there. I still have.
There you go. Miss Brown got the hope.
I have hope.
I'm on record saying, bro, have a nice life. I'm trying to be PG because I got the queen on here. You know what I'm saying, fam? You know.
You want to echo? You can echo up. I'm good.
Have a nice life, and I wish you the best too. You know.
There you go. And that's cool, but I'm just trying to relieve. You know.
When you know somebody despises you, there's nothing to relieve. You know, like it's no way to, like, everybody can't support everything. Everybody not gonna be able to come to every event. I get that. I'm just talking about the energy. The energy is different. Like, I got a cousin today. He haven't showed up. He haven't showed up to either event. He just gave me $40 today. He was like, man, I said, cuz me and you locked in. You don't even got to explain what it is.
Right.
You got a baby that's going through like medical problems and stuff like that. So it's some people, the energy, that's what I'm saying. The energy tells you what the real is. Even if you don't come to none of my events, our energy tells me that this is genuine. This is real. Like my cousin on here right now on Facebook. I don't see my cousin for years at a time, but our energy stay the same. That love is the same regardless. That's what I'm going off of. I'm talking about the energy. And I can feel when the energy say ain't right. Ain't no you gonna come around. Now I need to get away from you before you. Never mind. But you know what I'm saying. But like, and I guess that's the part that I'm still growing too, Miss Brown. I'm still trying to get there.
We are. Yes, we are. We still growing.
I came a long way, but I still got some.
There you go.
I gotta grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's all good. But that's just a way to bridge the gap and temper the differences, and you know, just because what do we really want? Yeah. We want the best of us. We want the best for them.
Yeah.
And we want to see the best in them. And all of that requires us understanding that our expectations may not meet the reality. And then we have to decide what we're going to do with that. How we're going to walk through that. How we're going to grow through that. How we're going to learn through that.
And that's what I was trying to think. I think, once again, we always say from our life experiences, that's why we see things and react to things differently.
Right.
In my life experience, I don't have no expectations with people. Like, you either do what you're gonna do it or you're not. Like, I don't have an expectation of what a person should or should not do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe after you do it a few times, then I build up an expectation. But just off the top, my expectation is you just to be genuine on whoever you are as a person. Like, I don't go in saying, the person like this, person like that, person think like this, person move like that, because that's the way to really get yourself let down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't really do stuff like that. What do you say when we have give it up on yourself and settle? Your greatness was scared. Oh yeah, and that's what it deals with a lot. And it's not even on no like bragging, like, because these are people I wanted to bring with me. Like, everybody know I don't even talk about nothing unless it's talking about the betterment of the community, that person, and me. Like, you'll never hear me talking about what I'm doing for me. You know, like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
No, I just don't even know how to do it. Like, I don't know how to do it because even if I'm talking about me personally, I'm still in this environment. So I can't even be selfish and focus on me because the environment is toxic. So even if I'm trying to be non-toxic, but I'm living in a toxic world, I still, you know what I'm saying? I have to address everything together. Like, the betterment of me is the betterment of the community, is the betterment of, you know, like, I don't even want to deal with nobody if I can't put value into their life. And I wish the same. I don't want nobody to deal with me if they don't feel like they can put some kind of value, and it ain't got to match up. It just got to be some, and that's why I say I live off reciprocity. Like, we got to be able to count on a person. A lot of people want one way relationships. They want to be able to depend on you. You be there for them. You do this, you do that, but they can't even do a quarter of what they asking for you to do. They can't do a quarter of that back. You know, we're not doing that one-way relationship. You know what I'm saying?
And that's all you do. And that's healthy.
Yeah.
That is extremely healthy. And you're not doing it because you're mad. You're not doing it because you don't like them. It's simply that is a measure of love. I'll put it like that. Because if I let you run over me, that's hurting you and me.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
We're not gonna do some things we just not gonna do.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. And we just got, you know, and it goes like I was told the other day, man, you're aggressive with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't put my hands on nobody. What I'm aggressive, but I guess it's just the tone and the confidence that I talk with, and it's like, it is what it is. Like, you gonna rock with it or not, and it, you know, and I guess that comes from just knowing that this journey, it's a lonely journey. That's just,
and everybody's perception is different.
Yeah,
I wouldn't use the term aggressive. So I think when I said something on Ebony's show, and she used the word aggressive or something like that. And then later she came back and she said, I didn't, really mean it. But I had to give her the perspective of living the life that I've lived, and the example of how that's even used against us, that we can't speak up for ourselves, and even if we don't do anything, I'm sitting in a room with a principal. This was the year after I retired. A lot of people don't know how I came out of education. I came out of education with my boxing gloves on, and I can guarantee you I made it better for some children. I'm not there now, but I can guarantee you I made it better for some children. I got some people moved out of some positions that didn't need to be there, that weren't willing to do what was right for children. But I had been an administrator, and now I'm at my granddaughter's school, and the principal comes in to talk to me. I need her to make sure that if something happens with my granddaughter, that not only is her mom and her mom's mom notified, that my son and myself are notified. So I bring in court documents that, hey, equal custody, right? But the lady is like, well, we're not going to do this because whatever she was saying. I'm having a conversation with her. I am VLICUCT3. Anyway, so anyway, I'm having a conversation with her. I've been in her position. I was just in there the previous year.
Yeah. In
elementary school, you can get a pre-K or a kindergartner that will make your whole day go wrong. Okay. So I heard her in there dealing with some little kid that was giving her the business. Then she comes into the room to have a meeting with me, and she immediately starts talking crazy. And so I didn't, I'm saying whatever I need to say. I asked her, I said, can you please show me where it says that in the paperwork? No problem. Just point it out to me. And she accused me of having my hand in her face. She says, I don't appreciate you putting your hand in my face. We standing across the table from one another. So that was an aggressive trigger. You are trying to say that this Black woman is being aggressive with you. I'm like, girl, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. Next thing I know, the police were coming into the building. The police had been called on me. I haven't been not even a little bit aggressive because I got more sense than that. So when you say, that somebody says that you're aggressive, they may not understand what that word, you guys might not see that word the same way. I don't see you as aggressive. I see you as about that life and serious with the business. That is not aggressive. I wouldn't use the term aggressive. For me, aggressive has a negative connotation, but it has a negative connotation for me. Mm-hmm. Because of my experiences in life. I have, white women telling me I'm yelling. I'm like, baby, if I yelled at you,
you would know.
You gonna know. But you know that you could play that card.
Yeah.
And that would work for you. And I'm like, So now you are on the mark. You are doing what needs to be done. You are saying what many people will not say. You are sharing. You are changing the narrative. Yeah. And there's no way for you to change the narrative without somebody putting a bad mouth on it, because they couldn't do it. Because they didn't do it. Because they're not doing it.
Yeah. And that's what we've got to do. And like I say, I can do it that way because you hardly, I don't even know. I don't think I ever have cursed on this podcast ever, on this whole show. I did like 70, 80 shows. But that's naturally, like, even when I used to rap, I'm about to come out with some more stuff, but even when I was rapping, I was like, and I moved out my mama's house at 11, so I've been on my own for a long time, and I was still terrified to be cussing on a song because I think she would. So that let you know how she raised. So that let you know how she raised me. Like, so that's never been my character. So I can talk like this, but it's not gonna be no profanity. It's not gonna be disrespectful because I always respect who I'm talking to, even if I disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you I disagree with you in a certain way, but it's gonna be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes we just agree to disagree. So I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with the way I come at it, but I get what they mean when they say that, because most people are not this passionate about saving our kids. That's what he's basically saying. Like, and we'll share a meme, we'll go to a protest, we'll talk about some stuff on Facebook, but to live it day in and day out, when your whole life is wrapped around trying to figure out solutions to these problems. Yeah, that I understand why you feel like I'm super aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because I am. In that term, I am super, super aggressive. Like
you bought that life. I can't use the word aggressive.
I just don't, and I get what you're saying. It doesn't bother me. I kind of like it. I kind of like, because I don't want to be soft. I don't want to be passive. I don't.
And why should you be? How can you be? How can you build like that?
Those words would offend me more than aggressive. Like, aggressive don't offend me. It's like, oh,
but you're a guy. You can, I guess. And and so expectations, female, male. Because I'm not supposed to,
My response to him was, why we not all aggressive? Our baby's getting swallowed by this system. Like, yeah, I'm aggressive. We all should have some kind of aggressiveness to us. That aggressive, passion, concern. Whatever words you want to use, because I kind of like all those words can kind of interchange depending on what you're talking about to me. You're saying that I'm super concerned about something that most of us ain't. We claim that we are, but most of us don't live a life that shows that we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we claim that we don't like this treatment, we don't like that treatment, we want better, we need to save our kids. I got parents right now that, sad to say, I know they kids, if something don't change, them kids will be in a penitentiary. Do you think they're signing their kids up to be mentored by me? No, why? Because they know me. So you'd rather lose your son to the penitentiary system, and I done seen people tag these people. Like, I know one lady that her son got killed at 12, trying to be a gangbanger, and she promoted it. It's actual video pictures of them on Facebook with her 11-year-old throwing up gang signs with money, talking about, I'm gonna be like my uncle, this and that. Like, so you was promoting it, and then when something happened, when he got killed, now you're sad and you're a victim mom that the system is unjust to. No, you push that narrative. Wow. See, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I got not a chapter, but my chapters in my book are called Traps. One of my traps is called Parents Raising Thugs, talking about that same mindset. It's a lot of our parents are feeding our kids to the system, feeding our kids this poison, feeding our kids to want to be this quote unquote thug and stuff. And We not calling that out. We quick to say a kid is bad, but I don't hear a lot of bad parents getting called out, because it's a lot of bad parents out there. It's a lot.
Well, and so I was that weird. I'm whatever, but I was that one that I'm not gonna point a finger at a kid first. It's gonna take a whole minute to get to the kid, and that didn't, no. Look at the teacher. Look at the parent. It's threefold cord. Any of them slipping, then you got to. I just had to work harder. If that kid didn't have parental support, if that kid was had a teacher that was on their neck, then I had to be that much stronger on my side of the cord, and so yeah.
And it's some kids, like my mom raised me a certain way. I chose to go a different route. So it is some parents that do everything they can and their kids still choose to go a certain route. I'm talking about those ones that promote and push their kids into their life. That's something different. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama don't know nothing about no streets. She couldn't even push me to the streets if she wanted to.
Yeah, she tried, huh?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about those parents that take pictures. Oh, my son is a thug. My son is a little killer, this and that. And then he kill somebody or get killed. Oh, my baby. Hold on. Yeah, it's still sad that you lost your child, but you the biggest culprit in this. And you know what I'm saying? But oh no, that's too. No, don't talk like that. No, we need to talk like that.
You have to.
We need to call it out. We got to stop being timid with ourselves. But the system ain't timid with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? That white man ain't timid with our babies. When they slam the gavel and get them 50 years for committing a crime, they not. I got a partner right now. He won't come up for parole. He been gone about 15 years. Wow. He won't come up for parole until he 87. He been gone since we was in our 20s. And yes, he did a stupid crime, but don't nobody know, like I know, the household that he built in. I seen his mama poison him. I seen his mama beat him for nothing. I seen that. I have came up to their house 2-3 in the morning. His mom kicked him out. He outside freezing, and I make her let him back in. Her son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I have seen a lot of parents mentally do something to kids that push kids into that world. So what do? If you at home, if you're a black man fighting the system, your mom don't care about you, they showed you that, your dad is out the picture, gone. Like, what do? Ain't no resource center nowhere. Ain't no house of resources. Ain't no CEO youth league. It's just me, a mom that can't stand me, and a dad I don't know where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
So when he robbed and killed somebody, everybody's shocked. I'm not shocked. It's sad, but I'm not shocked because I understand the situation.
Yeah. And they're not shocked either. They're in denial. There's a lot of shame there,
Yeah.
But those are our realities. Those are our whys. Those are our whys.
I live in the reality. I don't really have too many expectations. I stay in reality because it is what it is. I got uncles that quote unquote love me that'll rob me blind if I turn my back. That's a reality. I deal with them still. In a certain way. I still deal with them in a certain way. I know you're still, and my uncle tell you, I tell him, man, you was in my store, let me pat you down. Like, I'm laughing, but I'm serious. I'm laughing, but I'm serious.
You're serious.
They're serious. He know I'm serious, man. What you got? What you got? I love you, uncle, but I know you'll get me if I let you. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I don't have no expectation. My reality is my uncle will rob me if he think he can get away with it. So even though that's my uncle and I got love for him, I ain't gonna say love, but I got love for him. And he got love for me because he can't love me because he wouldn't rob me. He steal from me if he loved me. But I know he got love for me. He don't want nothing per se to happen bad to me. But if he can catch me slipping, he'll get me. You know what I'm saying?
He's teaching you something. No, he's teaching you something. Keep your head on the swivel, young man.
Hey, my uncle is the type of person that'll have your wallet in his pocket and help you look for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, I don't know where it's at, boy. I don't know where it's at, man. We got to keep looking for this, though. It got in his pocket the whole time.
Oh, my. Right. And wow. But that's still,
that's my reality. That's my reality. So when I be talking to her, I know you be like, oh, Tony, like, why you going in on your family? That's my reality.
No, because, Tony, I guess that's what trips me out so much is that there are some people who look like us that play like they family not like this. That they don't have that person. They ain't never ran into a family member that they have to lock their stuff away from. What? They can't come in their house because they got sticky fingers. Nah. That's the part that kind of messes with my head. Yeah. And I think that prevents us from being able to make the change that we need to make to have the support that we need because we playing.
Yeah.
We you know, I don't have nobody in my family like that. Well, okay, military, maybe you moved away, but you know, if you go back to the house where we came from, where we grew up at, you know what things are like over there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Killeen, Fort Hood that you moved to, and you don't know most of the people around you. But when you go back home, you know it's a difference. When you go back to Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, I don't even want to go back. That's what the city is like, the depressed city, you know. With Indiana, sometimes I think the way I'm made, was I supposed to stay there and fight, or am I supposed to be here and fighting? They blackballed me, so I couldn't expect certain help. Just keep pushing, bro. Yeah, and
see, I don't even. I mean, black ball. I say white ball. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't, can't nobody stop us. But the only person that really ever stopped me from some black people can just not support you. But we don't have power to like prevent me. Like, can't nobody black prevent me from doing what I want to do. They cannot support me, but you know the system can prevent me from doing something. So I'm never blackballed because. Like right now, it's hard for me to get into schools in Temple. I think because some of the way I am in the public, but you, like I always tell them, you can't stop me from touching the kids I want to see because them the kids you don't care about anyway. So all I got to do is go to the streets. Like the parents that don't want to put their kids in my community, in my
go to the streets.
All I got to do is go to the streets. That's where they at anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run into them anyway. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like so I don't worry about that. Not like our people can't blackball us, man. We don't have no power to. Like even if we wanted to, like I can't stop nobody from eating or working or something like that because we don't have the power. They cannot support you for sure, and they gonna do they best to not do that as a whole. I'm not gonna say as a all because wasn't nothing but black faces showing up the last 2 weeks supporting me. So that's big and that's love. But like I was telling the guy earlier, and I think I told you too about my call to action when I was in the alternative school with all the black principals and black leaders of the community, everybody that's trying to do this, trying to do that. Call to action, come see the house, come check out the resource center. Can I come back and talk to the kids at the alternative school? I'm just giving myself on a platter to however I can help. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Still no calls, still no responses, this and that. Still no show up. But the only person, it was only one white guy in that room. One white guy. Giving out the call to action flyers, and he showed up about 4 plates and gave me a $200 check and said, told me that his memory's bad. I see your call to action. Here go my $10 a month. I just paid up a little bit because I'll be forgetting sometime, but I'll be back to support. I'll be back to see the progress, this and that. Mm-hmm. And that's once again my reality. See, I didn't have no expectations for nobody to show up. My job is, even if don't nobody else show up, it's my job to put it in their face so they can't say they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So because I used to just be like, okay, they know, they just don't want to support. And I was halfway right because now that they know, they still don't come support. So it's not I didn't know. Yeah, you heard about it because if I'm on the news for going to jail, everybody go see that and talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If I do something and do that, everybody will know that. Everybody will blast that. But
that's reality.
Yeah, and that's why I say.
And so we're expecting. We would like to see people share our posts, participate, answer the call to action. That's what we want. But in reality, only certain people are going to.
No, I don't care about no share. I don't care about none of that. I want you to stand on what you say you're about. If you tell me that you're about our people, see, if you just don't care about our people and you make it clear, I'm cool with that.
Let me just ask you this. How many people do you know that are telling you that they care about your people?
They're not telling me. They post and walk around like they do.
Okay. How many though? I'm just curious.
Pretty much everybody I know act like it. You talking about how many people act like it? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying because it's very refreshing. I have a handful of people.
No, it's not.
I don't know a lot of people.
I'd rather you not act. So it's not refreshing to me. I'd rather you not act.
No. I mean, so you have people who are talking the game and doing nothing. I have people that don't even talk.
But that's
about Black empowerment, about Black economics, about uplift of our children, about changing the school. They don't even talk.
No, then they don't get that deep. They might share a post, they might share a meme, but they don't talk about it like that.
Now you see where we at. But what you trying to do, who you are and who you're trying. there is not many of us, Tony. That's the reason why the first time we had our conversation, it went like this, and where we are now, because it's not very many of us, and we have to stay connected, and we have to do the work, and be grateful, be extremely grateful, that we found, as Michael Lane would say, our tribe.
Yeah, for sure.
It is extremely refreshing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody, and the only thing I'm just too black.
Nah.
I'm too black. That's why they don't invite me. I'm too black. That's why they don't come. I'm not begging for somebody else's money. No, I'm asking us to build it. Yeah. I'm saying put your money over here. I'm saying pull together and let's grow this thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, you can do it if you want to, but I feel like if somebody else builds your institution, they own your institution.
Yeah, for sure.
And then how does that look for your grandchildren?
Yeah.
Well, I'm always about the grandchildren.
Yeah.
I want to say we built this. I don't want anybody else giving any credit. No, and I don't want us to have to acquiesce and give to somebody else, somebody coming telling me anything about we can't do this and we can't do that. No, it's us.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
So that's where I am. And as VL said, with Central Texas Think Tank, everything we did it out of our funds. We didn't look for anything else. And with the Youth Backyard Garden Initiative, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
As it should be. I'm like I say, that's where the real power is. That's why I always shout out the groups that I'm a part of, because the things that we bought when we raised millions of dollars, that's us. And that's something new to us. We're not normally doing that. We're not normally raising millions of dollars to buy properties and run it as a organization and this and doing. I just like to. Like I say, this is not a. It's not a vent. It's a draw the line. Like that's all it is. I'm not mad. I'm not.
What I just realized.
Like my mama will tell you I had this conversation with them. Like I don't play at all. Like seriously, my mama will tell you. Like my wife would tell him, like, yeah, he like that with everybody. His mama, he don't play. Like because this is real. This is changing your grandbaby's lives. This is not nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying?
It's nice.
So it's serious. It's not no. And then this is the next generation that's doing what? Growing up with jobs that ain't there no more, no wealth, nothing left to them. This is a serious matter. This is this is not nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you feel like I'm too serious, that means something wrong with you. Yeah. If you got babies, you got grandbabies, and you got kids in this world, and you ain't doing nothing to try to change this world for any kind of better. Everybody can't do it on the same scales, but you can do something. You can do something. I know it's something you can do instead of making excuses, instead of complaining about your life, instead of doing this and doing that. It's something you can do, and that's just where I stand at.
Yeah, we're changing the narrative.
Yeah. And
the narrative has not yet changed, but we are changing the narrative. Because when I thought about it, my vision is, my first group of kids that went through the gardening training, I pointed it out. I said, yeah, when you all are grown up and you have your children, you're going to ride right past here and you're going to point and you're going to say, I did that.
Yeah.
And when they kids, you got to have something that lasts. And you're a part of building that with the House of Resources. Somebody that bought a link of sausage on Saturday, 5 years, next year, they'll be able to ride past and say, I helped build that for our people. So I love it because it is going to grow the collective. You can't help but the same way with the Black House in Atlanta, the same way with Dr. Boyce and, whatever he's doing. That same way that we have the pride in contributing to the uplift and building our people, we're providing that opportunity for those who will take it. And we're putting it at a space where we're not asking you to go out and give something you do not have. Time, anything, an encouraging word, sharing a post, or whatever. So you can say you contributed, you were a part of what is being built, and it is being built for our people. That's not, I'm not turning anybody away. You wouldn't come and sow some seeds and come sow some seeds, but you're not running nothing up in here. There's a place, there's going to be conversations that you might not be comfortable in because they're going to be Black conversations. They're going to be about what's happening in the Black community because this is a safe place to talk Black, so that hopefully when you get in other spaces you can stand up and speak for Black people because you've been accustomed to being able to talk Black. You understand your Blackness, you understand our condition, you understand the things that you're sharing right here right now on Wealth is Gangster, that some kids, and we pretend like maybe it doesn't happen, but you just look over and they, you know, catching a whooping for what you get, put out the house. You know, we're dealing with a lot of
trauma and
historical trauma, and we want to act like it just goes away. It doesn't. Not having a father in the house, not having parents together, all of that does not go away. It does not go away. We live through it or we live with it, but do we ever heal from it? So oh wow.
So
we're
an hour and 5 minutes. You know how we'll go. So let's wrap it up. Give us some last words.
We're gonna wrap it up. So I got two things. I took my little fingers off to hope I remember them.
Okay.
But I shared the streets lied to us with my grandson. He was going off to Saturday school and having a conversation about reading and stuff. And I stuck it in this little bag. He was gonna read, you know. Here, let me get you something to read. And he told me, "Thank you for the book." So that means he was reading it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And then I started a book, another book, because when I see somebody I know they've written a book, I'm like, I have to have my copy. I don't know what y'all reading about, but I got to have my copy. But I started the book. I'm on page 50. The book only has 105 pages. But the power in the words and the wisdom in those 50 pages, amazing. And so I just started a book, and it is a message to him from her, strengthening the Black family or getting the Black family. Just the first 50 pages got me like, if I'd have had this book 34 years ago, the Black family, the Black community, it would have been like so on point. So so I'll be buying some more to share. And then I had a copy mailed off of your book to a young man that was here, and he's doing this. He was with his dad here, and then he had to go back with his mom or whatever in North Carolina. So I had a nice little order sent to him. So just know that the work that you're doing,
I so appreciate it,
is so important. And that book is so, like I said, I know you got your target audience, but I got in there. I got in there and I got mine.
It's for everybody, but I was thinking in that age, because I was thinking that book is kind of like the stuff me reminiscing of how I was thinking versus what I'm thinking now, and why, you know. And so it's written for, I say that age, it's written for anyone, because I have a partner, he's like 65, and he just got his copy last week, and he was just telling me, man, like, I love it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's not even Black.
It don't matter. Okay.
But he
ain't Black. Is he white?
On his ID, he's a Latino man.
You know so I don't know what different islands. And we populated everything everywhere.
For sure.
You know, I got my Mexican family and my Puerto Rican family, and they know they got African Black folks in their family.
That's just a fact.
And then so I ain't tripping. I'm not even tripping.
And that's my boy. You know, we cool. We chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So he was telling me how he loves it. So it's not. I just said I gave that age grade because that's where I was thinking that, because that's where I was locked into when I was trying to put it out. And I don't know if I'm gonna do a part 2, the extended version. And I was just making a joke, but you really got me thinking about the job lie to us. But
you need to get it. You need to take care of that.
You said something to me. I was like, well, I was just joking, but then I thought about it. Like, come on.
I had to say that to my granddaughter today. She talking about, I'm gonna be working at where was we at the Chick-fil-A. And I had to I started another new book too, and this is The Penguin Employee, which will hit on some of what you have to say. But you can choose. I was asking, I think they're going to pay maybe you every week or every 2 weeks, would you rather make your money daily, or would you and be paid every day, or do you want to wait 2 weeks and then you got to make that money last to the next 2 weeks? Which way why is you? Ain't you? That's what I get, Tony. That's what I get, right?
Yeah, because
and I'm like, that's okay.
Society has told her this is the way. So when you're programmed,
at such an early age,
it don't take long. Like,
don't even take long.
Yeah, it don't take long. It's from birth, really.
So
they set you in front of that TV. It begins, and they give you that McDonald's fry. Now you're getting it. It just starts early.
It just starts early. So yeah, the Penguin employee, that's exactly what he said, that you're a dreamer until they drop you off at the footstep of the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Or put you in front of that TV. So you're exactly right. And now it's earlier. I saw a picture of the baby. How does little baby, maybe 2-3 months, and they got the tablet right in front of the baby, and I'm like,
already programming. Yeah. And and that's why. And I made a post. It was probably like a year ago. So a few people got mad at me, but I told them, because I was somewhere and I seen a parent just had a baby just had a thing of McDonald's fries, and I was like, this should be a form of child abuse. You know what I'm saying? Because you really, it's not as visually violent as like hitting a child or something, but you're setting that child up for a life that's gonna end short or be sickly. You know what I'm saying? At an early age, and that's just my opinion. I feel like stuff like that should be that's a form of child abuse. It's not the same as beating a child, but I mean, to me, it's child abuse in a different form, So
right.
I don't know. I just like to challenge the way we think.
The way we think.
Yeah,
and it's good. Yeah, because to change the narrative, you have to change the mindset. You have to change the way we think, and nobody is exempt.
Yeah.
So when you crush into expectations and reality, you might have some expectations of me that are not going to be realized yet. So understand that your expectations may not be reality. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
That what you expect, you personal expect of someone else or a particular situation, be prepared that those expectations might not be the reality.
Yeah.
And be prepared to handle it in a manner that is respectful. As my brother Tony say, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, but I'm gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah, definitely.
So just be prepared for that. We have some expectations, and sometimes people will exceed expectations, and other times the expectations may not be met. And just be prepared for that, and meet them with respect and with love. And let's continue to just walk together, fight for the togetherness, fight to stay together in some form. We might not can walk this close, but can we walk a little? Can we keep in the same direction at least? You might have to walk over there, but let's keep moving in the right direction.
For sure, man.
Awesomeness.
I'm gonna let you get up out of here before we get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, get him out there.
You know what I'm saying? Well, my woman is getting late up in there. You understand me?
That's my sweetheart. I can't wait till you meet him.
Yes, for real. Well, I appreciate you. It was another fire episode. I look forward to these conversations, and I guess I'll see you early in the rising, right?
Do you see me tomorrow? Yeah, I'm bringing James. He's coming.
And then for sure, we definitely be Friday. We got the radio interview,
and then Friday I'll be there. Friday we aren't gonna get to do our getaway.
We feel like we becoming a little dynamic duo. You know
what I'm saying? Dynamic duo. Okay. Well, let freedom ring and let justice roll down, because it's got to happen. So and if not us, then who?
So I appreciate you again. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Friday, and once again next Tuesday. Thank everybody for tapping in. It's another episode of Bridging the Gap on Wealth is Gangster. Miss Rhonda Brown, thank you for another hot episode. Thank you for making me think and trying to keep me to see the better in people, even though I don't always see
there.
it. I respect you for putting it on the table to try to see it anyway. Yeah.
Okay, you are. Hey, you good where you at? It's okay to be where you are. It's just not okay to stay there. We're gonna continue to grow and evolve, and I'm doing the same thing. So it's all good. It's all good. We got the right heart going in the right direction.
Yes, man.
That's it.
All
right. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
See you later.